This is an adult podcast, meaning we will be having explicit content on this show.
And things might make you a wee bit uncomfortable.
So listener discretion is advised.
And if you're of legal drinking age, then we recommend you grab yourself a glass of wine
or a beverage of your choice and enjoy the show. Hi everyone, welcome to our brand spanking new podcast.
What happened was, how are you today?
I'm good. You know, just a bit sore.
Working out?
I was like, yeah, my trainer has been kicking. I have this new trainer, and she's like this little tiny woman. She's like 5 feet tall, but she fucking kicks my ass, and I'm like, holy crap. And I was debating whether like to shower before we recorded or after, because I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'll like start to be like, wow.
Oh yeah, because
But then
you get a hot shower, and then all of a sudden you want to go to sleep.
Yeah, but then I was like, if I don't, my muscles are gonna be sore, and then I had to make sure I ate because I get hangry. So
You get hangry?
I was like, ooh, I get hangry. So I'm like, ooh, that's not pretty. So I was
No, we
like,
don't want you to get
I better
hangry.
I better just eat and shower and just be like, well, you know,
All
I
right.
figured, you know, since the topic we're going to be talking about today is going to boost my anxiety levels, I figured why not
Uh-oh.
be calm and showered and fed?
Wait, did you did you know what I didn't bring
Oh,
is like a
and
glass of water and wine.
I
I don't know.
just popped open a bottle of wine.
Okay, wait.
And I also have my post-workout thing that I drink because like it
Yeah.
stops me from getting like
Cramps, lactic
stiff
acid.
and sore. Sure. But
I think I'm gonna
wait, so
start
what
off.
did you go with on your wine?
I went with this Grenache, which is the what I was thinking with the chicken last week. It was supposed to go well
Garnacha?
with chicken, but it's a light wine. So I wanted a light wine,
Is it the Spanish
something
wine?
lighthearted.
What did
No,
you
it's
say?
Italian. A Grenache?
Wait, what did you say?
Grenache.
Oh, ver with a V. Oh, okay, I thought
The
you said
Grenache.
Grenache.
No, yeah,
Garnacha.
that's what. When they said this to me, I was like, a Grenache? No, a Bernache, which is
Oh, okay.
Italian. So let's give this a shot.
Is that how you would say it in Italian? I feel like it would
Bernache.
probably sound totally different if we
If I was
spoke
Italian,
Italian.
yeah, it would. Yeah, I think it would too.
Vernace.
Bernache. Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can hear this.
I don't know. I don't speak Italian, so I don't know. I'm just making things up as usual.
Smells good.
Oh yeah, I haven't even
Pour some
smelled
of this.
mine. Let's see.
Can you hear that?
Ooh, oh my God. This smells so good. Oh man. You know what I want to have with this? Like a piece of dark chocolate. Salud.
I have studied.
Like you know the dark chocolate that is spicy, that has like red pepper in it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. Great.
Wow, that
Now I
is
have
super
chocolates.
light. It's not what I expected,
Mm.
but super light. Just right through there. Let that open
Oh,
up.
you know what
See
I
how that
just
goes there.
recently tasted out of that box you gave me, which is the gamay.
I
I
love
think that
Gamay.
one's
Gamay is
also very, it's a very
one.
super light. I was thinking
Yeah.
like, oh man, this would go really good with like a chicken
Or a steak.
raspberry salad with like, I don't know.
When you want
I
to
don't
feel
know. I
light
was
and
just,
healthy, that's what you do. Yeah, how
yeah.
about this
But
white
I feel like
rad?
the gamay was like very light and very, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I just imagined like the chicken, like with like these like savory but kind of fruity flavors.
Yeah,
Like a
that'll
really,
work
really
for
nice salad.
sure. California lab grown chicken salad, maybe, possibly
Chickenosaurus. Yes,
a
chickenosaurus.
chickenosaurus, a California cluck.
I think that should be the name from for last episode.
Is a California cluck.
Chickenosaurus.
Oh, chickenosaurus. Yeah, could be.
Yeah. That's a
We
very
have
good, like,
a
I
few
love
weeks to
that. I
think
was like,
about that.
So, what are we talking about today? Oh, wait, first of all, who are you?
What? Huh? Who am I? How am I? Where am I? I'm good.
I
How are you?
said, who are you?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
hi, this is Richmo.
Whoa, what happened there? And
Hi,
this
this
is
is
Lala.
Richmo. All right, let's try this one more time. All right.
And
Maybe it's because I needed a drink. Wait, give me a second.
yeah, let's have a drink first. And then we can introduce ourselves because apparently we're not even ready yet.
We're not ready for this one yet. I needed one more drink. Hi, everybody. This is Richmo. Oh,
And
she's
this
still
is
drinking.
Lala. I know.
And what
I'm gonna
happened
need a lot
was,
of, yeah. And this is our podcast, What Happened?
and what happened
Where
was,
we
what are we
talk
going to talk
about
about?
things that happen to us or other people or in life. It's kind of like our gossip line, I think. I kind of feel like it's like we're just sitting down, drinking some wine, gossiping.
Well, I got a story for everybody. All right. A few days ago, I was walking down on Lower East Side. If anybody knows New York, Lower East Side, it's like, it's a cool neighborhood. It's 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm walking by myself after I eat something like dinner with a friend. And I'm walking home. And from 2 blocks away, there was a clown that turned the corner in front of me, like 2 blocks away. So I have a choice.
Oh my God. I just got
It's in the middle of
goosebumps.
the night, like 12 o'clock. I'm like, first of all, what the fuck is a clown doing walking around in New York City? Well, it is New York City at fucking 12 a.m. Second, well, do I confront the clown? Do I walk? I have enough time to like turn left, walk across the street, turn
Never,
around,
never
backtrack.
confront the clown.
No, it's like, well, you walk to the other side, or do you just like, walk past the clown
Why
and
did
just
the
like not
rich
care
why did the Richmo cross the road to avoid the clown?
to avoid the clown? That's right. I did walk across the road because
You
I
did.
wanted to avoid the clown. It's just like that's I don't know. So I think that a lot of people have this. And I asked a bunch of people today at work. I was like, "Hey, man, like, what would you have done?" And everybody's reactions were different. Like, I'm like, I didn't say it was an evil clown. I just said it was a clown, But somebody thought like, well, I would walk up to it. I wouldn't cross the street. I would wait to see if it was an evil clown. I'm like, if it was an evil clown, by the time you get to that evil clown and you realize it's an evil clown, it's too late.
It's too
I'm like,
late.
you're fucked. It's too late. So
Oh
a
my
lot of people
God.
have the same reaction I did, which is like fucking walk across the street, turn around. Don't turn around because if you turn around and you backtrack, then they're going to engage you. Everybody thought that like because in New York you can't like you know
You use your peripheral vision and
that's
keep
right.
make sure that that clown keeps his distance.
That's right. So I kept my distance from the clown. But yeah, clowns. What do you think? How do you feel about clowns? What would you have done if you were walking by yourself?
Same motherfucking thing. Especially by myself at 2 o'clock. Like, mind you, I don't really know New York, so I don't know what type of neighborhood you were in. But I mean, generally, well, okay, so I have a story for you. I was partying for New Year's. I was in my hometown city of Guadalajara. And, we stayed at a hostel. A bunch of us are out partying. We're basically bar hopping in like the little trendy side of town in Guadalajara. And we walk into this bar, and there was a guy dressed like the clown It, like from Stephen King's It.
Pennywise?
And shocked, yeah, anyways. And like, okay, normally, I mean, if I was like not fucking super drunk as I was, because this was New Year's, I would have probably avoided that clown. But because I was in a group with a group of people, we were all like, let's take pictures.
You were dancing
And
with
actually, that's like,
Pennywise?
No, I said let's take pictures. I wasn't gonna dance with that guy.
Ah.
I was gonna spend more, like a lot of time with him. So I ended up taking pictures with him. And then I was like, okay, thank you. And then like, I mean, but he was there, to get money. So, I gave him a few dollars. So
Oh,
yeah.
so he was like, "You want a picture with
Well,
Pennywise?
in
It costs
Mexico,
more than a
people,
penny." Of course.
yeah.
So, he was busking as Pennywise. I mean, I don't know if I try that here in
Yes.
New York in the middle of the fucking night, but
But actually, it was really good. I'll have to find that picture and send it to you. Because
oh yeah, we'll put that on
I
the
was
website with Pennywise.
mesmerized by, yeah, I was mesmerized at like how good makeup wise he did in looking like Pennywise. Like, so anyway, normally I wouldn't do that, but that time I did because I was with a group of people from the hostel and we were just obliterated with drunk on New Year's, you know. You know how you do on New Year's?
You know, you do what you do
So
on New Year's. You hang
yeah,
out with
but
clowns.
normally, normally I would just keep on walking or freak out and run. That is our topic for today's just clowning around. Well, I
Just
mean, I
clowning
just put
around.
that as and I'm putting quotation marks as in my notes. I put just clowning around. So today we're going to be talking about clowns.
How
Because
do you feel
why?
about that?
Because Richmo knows how I feel about it. And
I
I am
think Lala
very,
loves clowns. I think she loves clowns. I mean, deep down
I think
inside, you
he,
probably there's a soft spot with clowns. I have. I think Lala's a clown. I mean, she's an undercover clown as well as I am sometimes. But you know, I don't know. Some people have a fear of clowns. What do you do? You have a fear of clowns? Who's who's clowning who?
I mean, I don't think I would say that it's like a severe where I will like pee my pants or something if I was to see one, but I would definitely not interact with one. Like I'm sufficiently scared to not even want to like interact with a clown.
I
So
wouldn't want to
yeah.
interact with the clown. I wouldn't ask the clown out. I wouldn't ask the clown out. I wouldn't ask the clown for his number or a clownette. How is it clown, female and male? Or is it a clownette or is it a clown like
Okay.
male and female? What is the clown?
What is a clown?
Can you,
Well,
is that like what, I mean, what is the female clown?
I think they're all just called clowns.
They're all just called clown. There's one word, just the clown. So I think you're a
Just
clown. You're an undercover clown, Lala. You're
uh
very clowny
ex
sometimes. The La La Land.
actually, I was looking up the definition, I guess you would call it, of like, well, actually no, the difference between clowns and jesters. I think I would fall more under the category of a jester
Don't disagree.
because they are more like on the spot, making fun of things right here, right now, live. Whereas a clown, they've got like a whole routine,
You got to
where
put makeup on.
a gesture's just basically like what I do is just clown on people. Make fun of people on the spot, on the fly, if you will. Oh God, no.
So, because I got the horn, I for those of you who can't see, I have a clown red nose on my nose, and I had somebody pick up a horn. I'm like, well, while you're there at the costume shop, just pick up a nose too. So it's a foam red nose, and
Oh
I think it's just
my
really funny. It's
God.
just the foam red nose. I'm like, whatever. I went for the horn. I've scared a
Oh.
couple of people with the horn already in the office,
You have? What do
and
you mean?
people jumped up. I did a honk by. So I was asking
Oh,
people because this
but
had happened to me. What had happened
oh,
was like a few days ago. I'm like, I have to talk about. I like it. There was a clown in the middle of fucking city. Like, what the fuck? And so I had to ask people, like, what would they do? Did I do the right thing? And then everybody's giving me their opinions on what they would do. And then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna buy a clown horn. And so in the office where I asked these people, I walked by and I just honked the horn and I did like a honk by. And then there was somebody else like two doors down and they jumped up and they kind of
Oh
looked at
God.
me like, yeah,
Jesus.
I was like, it was just, it was
Oh
funny, but
my
at the same
God.
time, I was like, oh shit, I scared somebody with the horn. But in the room that I
Yeah, you
passed by, I
think?
could hear them laughing
Oh my
because they knew
God.
it was me.
Uh-uh. So this is
Oh my
why you
God.
wanted to bring up this topic because this happened to you.
A true story. It could happen to anybody. Now, that's the thing that can happen. I mean, maybe it doesn't happen quite as often. I mean, in Los Angeles, there were a lot of times where I'd see like clowns driving around, like they're going to work, like they're actually going to a party.
You've seen this,
Yeah, I'm
bro?
not
I've
even
lived
kidding.
here. What the?
You've never
Well,
seen a
okay.
clown in a car going to
No.
work? Oh my gosh. You're not looking for it. You're gonna find if in Los Angeles, you're gonna
Oh
find a
my
clown
God.
going to work, going to a party. You just got to go at the right time. Like,
I
you know,
mean, I guess.
Saturday
I mean, I have been
afternoons, there's probably
driving.
kids' parties. You know, you're gonna find a clown one day. You're gonna see. You're gonna say, "What the fuck?" I bet you.
Oh
Within the next
God, that
few
would
weeks,
freak
you're gonna
me
look for a clown.
out.
Now you're gonna find one.
Oh God, no. I mean, I have wondered because like I've driven in, with all my because I dance folklorico, Mexican folklorico, with my like trenzas, my braids and my
Uh,
earrings and like the full makeup. And I'm driving and like I have seen people look at me like, damn, this bitch
is
is
that a
done up.
clown? Is she done up, or is that a clown? Or she's hot? Oh, is she a clown? No, that's not a clown. Look at her. That can't
With my
possibly
like
be a
big
clown.
old fake eyelashes.
Do you put butterfly eyelashes on? The ones that'll make you
I guess
fly
I, I,
away?
I could be called a clownette.
A clownette. Oh my God. I mean, that's it's pretty wild. In high school, I
Oh my
remember
God.
in when I was a senior, they had like career day or something at lunchtime in the school quad. And so you had like universities, the army, the navy, you know, people telling you what you could do after you graduate. And there's one thing was like professional clown school. And there were people signing up for professional clown school. Not for
There
me,
were people
but I'm
there
like,
looking
yeah,
at
I
it.
guess you can make
Was there
that
like a
like
big
a
line?
legit. I don't know about a big line, but there were people around there like signing up. I saw people signing up like this could be for me. Maybe this is my life's calling. I want to be a clown. Now, being a clown isn't for me. I don't know if it's for you. Obviously, you're not a clown, but that was like a career choice. Maybe it's just my high school, but that was a career choice. It was kind of
I
crazy. Like go to
don't
clown school to go to
recall.
like a circus or something.
No, I didn't
I wonder if
even know
that's
this
still
was a
even a valid
thing.
thing.
Dude, I didn't even know that was a thing until I was listening to this other podcast. And apparently one of the members in the podcast, they went to clown school after high school. And I was
They
like,
went
what
to
the
clown
fuck?
school
This is a
after high
thing.
school.
I was like,
You got to get up in the
no way.
morning at 8 o'clock, really
Oh my
regimented, make
God.
you do your horn honks and your. Could you imagine? Ah,
Oh,
what are the exercises that make you do for clown school? I mean, I can imagine. You got to be funny, right?
maybe,
Or
I mean, there would definitely be like um making balloon shapes 101.
balloon shapes 101. Oh my God. You got to learn to make the
Making
dog before you can get
balloon
into the rest of the
horses.
thing. Oh my stars. Could you imagine that? Like you keep fucking that shit up.
That would be one
I
course.
can't make any shapes.
Then
You know
also
what?
makeup 101, clown makeup.
Makeup
And
101.
then there's like
Oh my.
and then there's like different types of like face makeup for clowns. Like some are the sad ones, like the ones like
Well,
from like the in the paintings, like those
oh,
sad
that's
clowns, and
sad.
then there's the happy
Happy clown.
clowns. I
Well,
know
what
that
do you
they're
think?
called
How do
different
you think somebody
things.
like picks that shit out? Like, is there like, you know, like in Harry Potter, there was like a thing where you touched like the hat, the sorting hat, and it told you who you were, what you wore. You think like there's like a clown, like magic clown guy
Clown
that comes
wig.
out and says,
They have a clown
they put
wig
the
instead of
clown
the
wig.
hat.
You're going to be a sad clown for the rest of your life. You're going to be a happy clown. You're going to be the mysterious clown. You're going to be evil
Or the
clown.
black and white clown, like the mimes. So would a mime be a
Yeah.
clown? Is that cat? Is
Yeah.
it
You
is
know,
that
I don't
still
even
under
know.
the
I think they're kind of like clowns, but they're mimes.
right? I would
We should ask
think
Auntie
it's
Google
just a
that, right?
silent clown.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
gotta be a clown. Let's find out. We gotta find this out. Is a mime
Yes,
a
we got
clown?
it.
Is it a
All right.
type of clown?
Is
A mime is a type of clown only found in
okay.
France. Known for baguettes.
It's a strain. It's a strain of
It's a
clown.
strain of clown.
It's an
Yeah,
ethnicity of clown.
the mime is a strain of clown only found in France, known for baguettes and berets. Oh my gosh, that's so wrong. I don't want to offend anybody. I think it's funny. A strain of clown, since we're talking about chicken strains and strains at all. It's a strain of clown, a strain of clown only found in France. Yes, we're miming. This is why you can't.
Oh shit. No, 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 no. According to this, it says the mime also an elegant clown. It's an elegant clown. Is it because they're
It's
from France?
is it because they're from
They
France? They're
come with
fancy
their own wine.
clowns.
Oui, oui.
Oh, we. And there are only two color clowns, the black and white mime, striped shirt. I mean,
Known,
I
of
guess it's pretty
course, for
elegant.
not speaking, but emoting through body language. So they were like the first emoticons, like
They were
the
the first
original.
human emoticons. That's right. The mime. Oh my stars.
Emoting through body language and facial expressions.
I want to talk to you,
They,
but I don't have any words. Here's my mime. Go ahead,
oh
mime.
my
Tell them
God,
what I told you to
no
say.
way. Ronald McDonald, it says that like white-faced clowns include Frosty Little, Bozo the Clown, and Ronald McDonald. I
Ronald
think Ronald
McDonald's a clown.
McDonald, but he's not a
He's got red
mime.
hair.
Didn't
He's
he
a mime.
talk in
They're saying he's a
commercials?
mime? No, no, I don't even know. Wait, they're saying that Ronald
Well,
McDonald
I'm
was a
I'm in
mime?
clownantics.com.
Oh,
It just says
clownantics.com.
famous white face clowns. But I thought they all had white faces, so I don't know. Oh. What are the three types of mime? Hmm. There are three basic
There are
styles.
types of
It's
mimes?
Oriental, Italian, and French. Hmm.
I had no idea. Oriental,
Yeah.
Italian, and French mimes.
Holy. I think actually I wouldn't mind a mime. Like,
At your
I
birthday
think
party?
that wouldn't, no, no, I mean, like if it just was walking around doing its
It's
miming
mimey
things.
thing. Let me think about that.
I wouldn't feel
It's
as
12
scared
o'clock at
as,
night. I'm walking down the street,
ah.
and 2 blocks away, a mime turns the corner and starts miming its way towards me.
No. Okay, no, just kidding. Oh my God. Did you ever see that show Lovecraft Country?
I
I
have
think it was on, you have?
HBO.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was on HBO. Okay, do you remember those two little girls that had like clown faces that were chasing what was
Oh,
it? I
they're
think it
like
was
they were just like weird
like
girls. The little
contortioning
yeah,
and like
yeah,
would
yeah,
that
yeah,
be that's considered a mime, right? Because they're
yeah.
contortioning and like
But those are
and
domestic
they didn't
North American mimes, right?
domesticate.
They didn't look Oriental, they didn't look French, and they didn't look Italian. Would they be
Well,
considered a mime or
there was it's a North American mimes,
a North
part of that
American mime?
clan.
We're gonna bring it into the fold. They're just neglecting the North American mime that's been around for a long time in
Well,
horror
I
movies.
think they were barely brought to light with that show. So like they had it's not that they hadn't been discovered, but they just haven't like had their
They haven't been talked
limelight.
about. Yeah, exactly. They haven't had their limelight. They've been around for a long time. So we'll see. Oh yeah, that was a good show.
Oh
I like that
my
show,
God.
Lovecraft Country. For
Dude,
those
that
of you
thing,
who
yo, when I saw those little girls, I seriously was like, and it, oh, and oh God, jeez, no. Mm-mm. So right now, when you said that, like if you found a mime at 2 o'clock in the morning coming towards you, I am automatically imagine those two little girls like,
little contortion artists going like, "Ah."
no, no.
Did you ever see The Ring? That was a mime, right? Coming out of the TV. That was
The
that
girl, is that
horror
the girl
movie
with the
where
hair?
the girl with the hair, she just crawls out of the TV and I guess I
Yeah,
don't know what
would
she
that
does,
be? But you
attack you or
can't see her
something.
face. You can't
But that's
see
even
her
scarier.
face.
I don't want to see her face.
Well,
Anybody that
I
crawls
think
out of a
you
TV,
would
you
have
think
to
you want to see
see
their
your
face?
face. I think she was just doing a very scary impression of cousin It from the Addams Family.
I guess that's not as funny as if you say that. It's like, no, it's just cousin, it's cousin.
Yeah, she's just a little bit more morbid, but she's part of the Addams
Well,
family. She she,
she's part of the
she
Adams
totally hangs
family.
out. She had her own show. She probably had her own podcast where she
She's just contorting her way through life.
just part of the Addams family on the cousin It
Yeah,
side.
clowns. Yeah, no, I don't, I like, I don't even think
So
I've ever
did
been to
okay,
a circus. Have you been to a circus? Like, I'm talking about as a kid. I mean, I've been to
okay.
Cirque du Soleil. I mean, are those all clowns? Acrobatic clowns?
So I did go to a circus. I think I was really, really young because I barely remember. I must have been like 5 years old or something. But I just remember just not being impressed, just kind of like, that's weird. Because, okay, so as a kid, and I'm talking about like 5-year-old little Lala. And when I would see clowns, I just thought that it was a mentally disturbed adult because I was like, in what adult's right mind would you act like this? I thought that they were mentally disturbed, like that they had mental issues in order for them to act like that. Because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would an adult act like this when me as a kid, I don't act like this? And
I
so
mean,
I
that
was
funny.
scared
Like,
of
why
them.
are they doing that?
I was scared of them because I thought that they were mentally unstable. And so I was like, oh my God, if an adult is mentally unstable, like they can hurt me, and like I was like, whoa,
Oh my stars.
because
I don't want to
well,
offend
as a
any
kid,
clowns, but I'm just thinking maybe
as a
they invented clowns to keep the unstable people happy and employed
but
because,
as
you
as
got
a
to be a little
kid,
crazy to do that.
you look you look to adults for safety, and here's this adult with this face and then acting all like, just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
So I just thought that they were mentally disturbed adults.
I never thought about that, but there's a possibility. There's a possibility. I mean, there
Well,
have been killer
because
clowns in real life. I mean, not that that's not a thing. I mean, not to shed any
I mean,
dark
John Wayne Gacy, hello,
John Wayne Gacy. That's right.
fucking
The kid,
murderer.
the kid-loving
And then
clown that killed
it
people.
it's 8 kids.
Oh my stars. Yeah, but
Oh, which by the
it
way,
was in the cinema, not like John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was a real clown, a real oops. I have to turn off my phone.
oh my God,
Did
it
you hear
looked
that?
like you just went like this and then you farted. I was like, uh-oh.
I had too much gas. Yeah,
Well,
no,
you
I
did this
just
little
had a
turn like, uh-oh, something came back out
uh-oh,
in the
something
back.
came out. Sorry. I had
Hershey swish in the
too
underpants.
oh man, that's so wrong. That's so wrong. A lot of spicy food this afternoon. I had a really good dinner a little while ago. I don't generally like eat out during the week, but I have a friend from Los Angeles who is working in New York too. And this person lives a few blocks away from me. So it was like, oh, I know a good place to eat sushi, omakase, in like 5 blocks down. So we went. And
Oh, I haven't had
I
sushi in a minute.
suppose, I suppose it was a good deal. I don't know. I was talking to him afterwards. I'm like, we had a really great deal for $100. I was like the best thing. And I go, dude, $100 for dinner, that's bananas. And not that's just for each one of us. It was like
Oh
$240.
shit.
Yeah,
Each.
each. Yeah,
Oh
no, it's
fuck.
$100 each. Not for two people. It's $100 each for the
Oh
omakase.
fuck.
And he
Okay.
said to me, I'm on a mission in New York to look for the best, like sub $100 omakase that tastes good. Now, that experience was
Wait,
pretty, it's a
what is that
chef's choice.
omakase?
They serve you whatever they have, whatever they want. And it's usually like the best of the best. Or, like it's like we had like a 17 course meal.
Oh, but it's the best of the best.
The best of the best, what do you want? We ended it with something like, Wagyu beef with foie gras and uni. It was just like, what am I going to eat? They put it on a spoon. I was like, wow, it looks delicious. I put it in my mouth and it's like
Mm.
it just melted. It was just crazy. And it
I
didn't
just
really think it
ate,
was
but
any.
you're making me hungry again.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
was
really
just like,
full,
man,
but
it was good. It was
yeah.
very good. But $100
Oh,
is
wait.
like for most,
Each
I mean, I think for most people, that's
on
pretty
a
banana
on a Wednesday night.
on a Wednesday night. Like just eat,
I would do that for like, Friday night,
special.
Saturday night with the
Yeah.
girls, whatever.
And to top it off, they kept saying, "You guys want anything to drink?" I'm like, "No, I can't drink because I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta do this podcast, and I can't be drinking here because then I can't drink when I'm on the podcast."
Fuck
I didn't.
off.
I don't want to be too fucking slosh, dude. Because my friend came by. He drinks like Tito's vodka, and he's like already. I could tell he had been drinking already. I'm like, oh man, if we get
Oh.
started again, I'm like, no, no.
And you have a little mini bar at your house too, right? The place you're staying in
Yeah,
New York. I would
I
totally
do have
hit
a
your shit. I'd be like,
I have a mini bar, although the cow isla that I got is already gone. That was gone this weekend. I took it
I
over
love
to a friend's house
Carlisle.
for the premiere of The Last of Us on HBO. I guess everybody's watching. I don't. Maybe you should watch that. It's like it was a video game, and they made it into a series with what's that guy's name? Pedro Pascal. Is there- you know him if you saw him. You know him if you saw him. But it was really good. It was fun. So I drank half the bottle with my friend and I left the bottle there. I was like, here, you take the rest. He's got a big bar too. So I'm like, congratulations, here you go.
Oh, that guy. Oh my God, I love that guy. He's
Yeah,
so
he's a nice guy.
good.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too,
Is
Pedro.
he? Oh my
Yeah,
God. Well, I saw him from Narcos. Like that was where I think
that's it.
he kind of
Yep,
blew up. Yeah.
that's
From
it. That's where
Narcos.
he blew
Oh
up.
my God.
And then he was on Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, yes. He was the brother Oberyn or whatever his name was.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh my God. He was. And I was like, oh my God, he's sexy. And then I
I
saw him
like
in
Pedro.
Narcos, a little bit older, but I was like, oh, you still look good. Aging well,
Yeah,
like fine wine.
I
Salute.
worked on a show with him. He was very nice. Very
Really? Oh my
nice.
God, how cool. So anyway, yeah, so as a kid, I just never, and then I also went to go see Cepillín, you know. And Cepillín is this like Mexican clown that sings songs and he travels and tours in Mexico and he's like super famous. Back in the 80s, I'm an 80s baby. And so I went to go see him and
Did you have your ticket in hand? Like, I'm gonna go see Seppi.
well, no, because they had a carousel and I was just kind of like, oh, whatever. And they're like, oh, Cepillín's coming. I was like, cool, whatever. And so I'm in the carousel, but the carousel doesn't stop. Like it just keeps going. So I try to get
They
off the
forgot about
carousel,
you. Like, get me off this
jump off.
carousel.
No, they just like it just didn't stop. It's Mexico. I mean, it probably was malfunctioning.
Oh my stars.
It just didn't stop. You just
Wait,
jump
it didn't
on and
stop at
jump
the
off.
show, like the Seppi show, like at the TV show. You went to a TV show, the
No, it
taping.
was like at a concert type thing. So it's outside. They have like outside carousel. So it's like an outside stage.
Mm.
You go to a concert, it's outside, right?
Yeah, so you were there. So Seppi. So if
Was coming on. So I try to get off the carousel, but the carousel never stops. Like it just keeps going. You gotta hop on and hop off. So when
wow,
I hopped off, yo, this is Mexico. We don't have rules and regulations and safety.
yeah, hop
There's no
off as a
safety
kid, like this
codes.
is like 300
There
kids
are
hanging
no
on the
safety
carousel. Let me
codes.
on. Oh my stars.
You
Yeah,
just
there are
jump
no
off.
safety codes.
So
Did you fall?
I
You didn't fall,
jumped.
did you?
So I jumped off, but I timed it wrong. And so
Mm.
how I fell, there was like a metal box that is like the electrical chingadera, like wiring or whatever, but it's a metal box. I don't know how I fell, but somehow I fell, I slipped, and I split my head open. So I have like a big old, like,
What?
yeah, I split my head open at this Cepillín concert.
Oh my stars. And the origin of Seppi, just so
And
everybody
and
knows.
you know what happened? Wait, hold on before you do that. Because this is Mexico once again. You don't go to the hospital. Some lady just poured some hot chocolate and then it like, stopped the bleeding.
Somebody poured hot chocolate on your wound, on your head to
Yes,
stop
it
the
was some lady
bleeding.
because I was there with my older sister and like, she's
Of
only
course, you don't
like
want to
six
go
years
home.
older
Like,
than me. And she was just like, oh, and she was freaking out. And this lady's like, oh, here, mija, go. And then she just like, here, we're just gonna put some hot chocolate on and it's gonna stop the bleeding. And then it just I didn't go to the hospital. That's just how you do, just growing up in Mexico.
I mean, there must be something to that. Chocolate and wounds. I
Maybe
mean, maybe we should look that up.
you
Maybe
know,
it's something we didn't know. Like cocoa, hot chocolate, boom,
maybe
right?
it's just the heat stops the bleeding, you know.
Or abuelita chocolate, or what?
It probably was. I mean, it probably was just like, abuelita with blood.
For the vampires, chocolate
So
blood.
yeah, that was my other encounter with the clown. And so,
And
like, I think
did
it's
you
just
sing
like I
along?
haven't had. No, I think we ended up going home because I had like massive things of blood in my hair, and so, you know,
Was your sister
probably
mad?
a
She's like, I
question.
wanted to see Sepine and you fucked it all up.
No, my sister was so freaked out because okay, my older sister treated me like I was her doll, and so she adored me. So she really take care of me like I was her baby. So she was like, "Oh, we gotta go home. I gotta take care of my little Laurita." Like my older sister is like the best older sister you can possibly have in the world. Like she was so nurturing and like I mean she would like do my hair and like tie my I mean she literally treated me like I was her doll and she would dress me up like literally.
That's nice.
So yeah, there was no like
So
sister
she's like freaked out. She's
rivalry.
like, nah, let's get the fuck out of here.
This
I
is
gotta
my
take care of my
baby. I
doll.
gotta take care of my baby.
Oh my, like no first aid, no somebody coming to the rescue, or they just like, all right,
Nobody stops the
go
fucking
home.
carousel.
Nobody, Sepine kept
Nobody.
going. The show must go on. I'm a clown. All right, keep doing it. So Sepine
Yeah.
had a lot of hits, This Mexican clown had a lot of hits. And the origin of Sepine,
Oh
Sepine
yeah.
means
What is it?
toothbrush, brush. Sepine was a dentist. And I believe,
Fuck off. Shut
no, he
up.
was a real dentist. He would like work and he worked with kids. And so that he wouldn't make the kids feel
No.
comfortable. That's even
How
worse.
did I
Think
not
about it. There's a
know
clown gonna
this?
fuck with my teeth. Yeah, and
Ah,
that's where Sepine came from. That's how it started. And people heard about
no
it and they interviewed
fucking
him.
way.
I think the idea is that somebody heard about this clown dentist and they interviewed him,
And he blew
and the
up.
rest is exactly before social
Fuck.
media and television, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the one
What?
TV channel where millions of people watch Sepine, and it's like we
Oh
want more of this
my
guy.
God.
Let's make a deal. He had a show. He had hit records, hit like children's songs. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So I mean, like, I actually like the music, you know, and like he was of the clowns, like the lesser one, but that I was scared of. But
He was a
anyway, then I have
minimalist clown.
this.
He's more like a mime clown guy. I mean, if you look
Yeah,
at Sepine,
yeah.
he didn't have the crazy hair. He looked like, or
No, he didn't look
it was just all face
scary.
paint, just face paint and dentist
So
drills.
anyway,
But think
that
about
is,
that.
and then
Would you let a
wow, I
clown do your teeth? Like, "Mm,"
I mean, okay. If it was Cepillín and then they gave me a bunch of Nas gas, I think I would just laugh the whole time.
That would be the thing, right?
That that
You're
is
the laughing gas.
actually that is actually what happened when they took out all my wisdom teeth. When all my wisdom went away.
All your wisdom.
I haven't
That
recovered it
explains a
since.
lot. That
I
explains a
haven't
lot.
recovered it since.
She's got no wisdom.
Just jokes.
She's just clowning.
Jokes. Just jester like jokes.
Just to like jokes.
Anyway, so I was so nervous. Like the the dentist was like, just relax. And I was like hyperventilating. So they put the little nose thing, and so I started to breathe the laughing gas. And so they start to like, like go into my mouth. And I mean like they're in my face, and I'm just laughing the whole. I was like, ah, because
That's why it's called laughing
because
gas.
it was just how they looked all up in my face. Just made me laugh so hard. I literally laughed. And luckily, they were able to, because they had to do incision because they weren't fully out yet, so they had to like cut it open. But they all came out together. So I
Do you
have
still
like
have your wisdom
all
teeth
my,
in the little vial?
yeah. So I made, and okay, you're gonna think I'm weird.
Oh, here
I
comes the
made
weird stuff.
a dream catcher. And you know how it has like little strands? Well, it has my teeth.
She made a dream catcher with her wisdom teeth, which makes total sense. I mean,
Actually,
who wouldn't?
it's
Is
like
that here?
right
Are you going to
there,
show it to
right
us? Are you
above.
going to show it to us? Above your
Oh my
pad.
God. I might scare the audience, the non-existent audience that we have.
Our
But
non-existent
needless to
audience. You
say,
never know.
it is there protecting my bed with some wisdom.
With some wisdom. It knows how to fight the
Wisdom
evil spirits if they come by. It's like, I'm
and it
wise.
has and like one of the strands has like the rattlesnake, like the end of a rattlesnake, like the little. Oh my God. I think I should just show you. Hold on.
Here we go. She's going to show us the her dream catcher. And
Okay, people. Just a warning. Don't get scared, okay? I just
have
do
you seen
weird
this video?
things because I just do. So it starts off with I was once like walking along the beach, and I found what it looks like a vertebrae. It looks like a vertebrae, right? So I keep it for a long time. And so this is my so see, I got the little dream catcher. This is like a talon that my friend made into like an earring. And so these are like all feathers that I've collected, like hitchhiking through Mexico and Central America. And here
That's
is
really
my
cool.
tooth. My wisdom tooth is tied, so it's
Oh,
halfway
wow, that's
through.
so cool.
And then like these are little shells that I've gotten like in Baja. And here, and so when I was in Baja, I was at my friend's house, and this guy walks in. He was like, "Oh man, I just killed a rattlesnake because it like it attacked this boot." And so I have this.
The rattler from the rattlesnake. This is like an international spirit catcher thing.
So I could just like take one of these off, and because I have for the size 4 gauge ear, then just like wear my little dream catcher, or put it back on my vertebrae bone
Yeah, where
thing.
did you find like
So
human
this is
remains,
my
wisdom teeth, feathers from birds from across America,
yeah, like
shell.
shells from all the beaches
That's
that I've
cool.
been through. And then like
That is
this one
cool
my
though.
friend made, and I don't know what kind of talent this is, but she made it. And I was living with this girl in Oaxaca, and she would make jewelry and like sell it at the beach. So when I was staying there, I would just help her make jewelry just for shits and giggles. And so this was one of the
Jewelry maker
pieces that
Lala
I purchased from her.
in my jewelry shop.
So
Well, I
yeah.
made all the pieces.
Um, please
No
don't
clowns
stop
there, right?
listening to us. Don't stop
No
listening to
clowns
us
there.
because I'm weird. It's
That's not weird.
protecting me. This
That
is
is
where
actually
all
really
my
cool.
wisdom went to my dream catcher.
I don't have anything protecting me, just my
So
thoughts.
anyway, if it would have been Cepillín with the Nas gas, doing surgery on my wisdom teeth, I
We'll
think
have
I
a
might
picture of
have been
Seppi for
okay
y'all.
with that. Oh my God, I haven't even seen him in a long time. I actually forgot what he looks like now.
R.I.P. Seppi. I think he passed away a couple years ago.
Cepillín. Did he?
Hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah, see, he didn't have a full face. It was just half of his face. Oh my God, you know what he looks like? Do you know those paletas de payaso? El
Papaleta.
bombón, the bombón
Papayaso.
covered in chocolate. Yes, that one.
Papaleta. Payaso. Of course I remember that.
That is, oh my God. And oh my God, you know who just popped up? Chabelo.
Mm.
Although he didn't dress up as a clown,
Chabuelo.
but
He had this
he
voice,
was
right?
like, yeah,
He's got like a very specific voice.
like
They call him
raspy voice.
Chabuelo.
But he was
Yeah, Chabuelo.
so he had like the only kids TV show in Mexico. Like in Mexico, like I never watched TV because well, my family was always watching soccer or my grandmother was watching telenovelas.
You
So
did you ever see any like Sábado Gigante and any of
but the
that
only thing I ever watched was Chabelo
at Chabelo,
because I
the
think it
kid
would
show?
come out on Saturday mornings.
And it seemed like that would go on for a long time. Like the
Dude, that shit
hour,
went on
it seems like it was
forever.
like 4 or 5 hour show, like kid
and
show. They'd be
and the
like on stage
show
and
and
everything.
the reason I loved it is because it was like parkour shit that the kids had to go through like this balancing ladder
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
if
a variety show,
you
right?
fall yeah and like you get to do all these like cool things like climb walls and like I don't know to me I was like oh that looks like a fun show like I would like to do that.
That's
But
awesome.
anyway wow I didn't
Chabelo. So
honestly
did you see
I
him live
really
too? Or did you ever go to a
no.
Chabelo show? I mean,
No, I would have
I
had to
wasn't around in
gone to
Mexico long enough
the
for
capital.
any of those shows. The only show I
Well,
ever
I
saw
grew
when
up
I
in
was in
Guadalajara, and he was in the capital,
mm,
and so
you never did a
my
traveling show?
family didn't allow me to go there because they told me it was dangerous. So I was never allowed to go to the capital.
I guess it still is dangerous in some parts. Don't get in a wrong taxi.
I
You don't know.
still haven't been. I've been all over the world, but
Wait, you
not
still
the
haven't
capital
been?
of my own country.
I've been through the capital. I've stopped in the capital, but I haven't like
I
I have
accident.
friends.
I got
I have friends who've lived there
stranded
for like 10 plus
there.
years. And I never went to, they were like, come by. I'm too busy. I'm too busy. They're like, just come by. And now they're like, okay, we're just going to go just for 3 days and eat and then hang out and then come back. That's what they want to do because I've never
Well,
been.
I got stranded there. I took a flight from Los Cabos, and I was heading to Guatemala to the capital of Guatemala, and I had a layover in the capital of Mexico, and there was some mix up with my luggage. Anyway, they fucked up, and so they had to put me up in a hotel. And that was the only time But by the time I got there, I was so exhausted, and I was like, man, I don't want to fucking go outside. Like, I just want to lay down because I had been at the fucking airport and dealing with these people, and there was like a big old mix up, and I missed my flight. I was supposed to be in Guatemala meeting my friends over there, and I'm gonna be a day late. It was just like, I was so annoyed. I was just like, fuck this. But they put me in a really nice room. Like, I got me some steak. I had like a king size bed. They put me
Living
like
the
in a nice
dream.
little suite and shit. I was like, ask me. Give it to me. But
Give it
yeah,
to
that
me and
really
room
is
service.
fuck yes. But that was it. Like I didn't actually step out of the room. And then like, they provided transportation to and from the airport. So
In Mexico, I always like, I went, my father's from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. And I always remember clowns, like the juggling clowns at the intersections. They would juggle or wash your
oh
windows. They
yeah,
were in
yeah.
clown faces doing that to try to make some money. or even doing like the fire breathing and shit like that, juggling fire breathing,
Dude,
but all in
I haven't
clown
seen
masks.
one of them. I was driving through South LA and there is one right there off the exit on Crenshaw off the 10 freeway. I was like, oh
The
my
Mexican
God, I haven't
clown. That's
seen
a
one of like
Mexican
he looks
clown.
like a Mexican clown. Yeah, I was like, he's doing this like with the little balls, and I was like, oh wow, okay.
He'll be in a clown face. He'll juggle, and then he'll ask you for money. So hope you can
Yeah.
kick him down with like a dollar or two. They're working
So
hard. I
then
mean,
my other negative thing with clowns was not very long afterwards. So I must have been like 6 or 7 when I saw the movie It for the first time. So on Fridays, my grandfather and we used to go to the Blockbuster and pick out because Friday nights was movie nights. So sometimes we would go to Blockbuster, but a lot of the times we would watch a lot of like the 1940s films, like black and white with all the rumberas, the girls that dance with the big old. So that's where I it started. I want to become a dancer. I was like, I want to be like her. I want to have a big old fruit thing in my head and come out and dance. But anyway, one of the Friday nights we got the movie It, and I watched it. And it eats kids, and I'm like 6 or 7 years. And I was like,
I think
this
you
is
had me
sick.
watch
And I was
it
just,
one time, and I'm like, it's like hard to watch.
oh, that's
I maybe
right.
it was a whole clown. I was
I think
avoiding the
I fell
clown thing, and I'm
asleep.
like,
I fell.
I'm like, I
Okay.
I just don't do well with so everybody knows I don't do well with horror movies or gore or anything like that.
Oh, that's right.
I
Oh
just
my
don't do
God.
it. I don't know. Like if I'm gonna watch, I gotta
Dude,
watch with
it
somebody,
is
but I'm not gonna
fucking
go out of my
funny
way
to
to watch by
see you
myself.
squirm.
I can't do. I don't know what it is. I must have
And
been. It must be
the
like
worst part
PTSD
is
from something.
normal, and I love watching horror films. And I mean, I've almost read all of the Stephen King books. Like, I love horror. But like watching a movie with Richmo, it's like it's actually even more entertaining because he's like, ah!
I'm not scared.
Just like
I'm not afraid to be scared. That's one thing I'm not gonna be
no,
scared
but
about.
it's even more
Afraid to be frightened
entertaining.
about a movie.
It's even more
I mean,
entertaining because like the movie in itself it's entertaining, but like your reactions to
I'm
it
not
just gives it
ashamed. It's
that
just what it is.
to make it better.
It's just my reaction. It's just what it is. Some people
So
don't like
I
clowns. I
I
just don't like
tried to
horror movies.
force him to watch the movie, but you guys know that movie is long as fuck. Which I'm surprised that I watched it as a kid, like the full film, because that shit's like 3 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, at a certain point, your grandfather must have said like, well, maybe this is not the right thing, or did he see a clown? Oh, it must be like set me in and
once
off to the.
again, this is Mexico. There are no
It's okay
parental
for kids
guidelines.
to why.
This is
It's
not
okay for the
rated R.
nuances.
There is no rated R in Mexico. I mean, dude, in the newspapers, they literally print like somebody gets murdered. They actually have the photo of the murder in the newspaper. Where like in the US, it's like you don't have that, but they'll have like the actual, like if somebody's head got chopped off, then you have it in the actual newspaper. Like, so we are so just we're just raw, bro. We're subjected to a
Wow.
lot of things. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like normalized for us. I don't know if that's good or bad, but like
Well, it'd make
it's
you be
just
scared of
part
clowns
of
because you would
what
never know
happens.
what their intentions are now. Like, is this a good clown? Is he gonna murder me? Like, or is he in a massacre? Who does that clown work
Well,
for?
I mean, it
Is he part of
scared
a
me,
cartel or just being a
but
clown?
then, oh God, no, I think
Is he an
everybody would be more
assassin?
afraid
Is
of
he
a
just a
cartel
clown
than a
just to
clown.
hey,
I would
that's not a
run
bad
to the
idea.
clown from the cartel.
And then little did you know, I organized this whole thing. This is my operation.
Oh my God.
Cartel clowns. That could be a
That was
movie.
part of his clown like gig. I
That
organized
was
this.
his, I organized this whole thing. This
Oh
operation
my
is
God.
mine. Boy.
That would be even scarier. And then let's fast forward to when I'm in high school. And I think I was like 15 or something. So I'm in the US, I'm living in LA. And I actually read the book It. I don't know why I did that. That book is like this thick. I don't know how I like read through it as a 15-year-old because I already had like a 2-year-old kid by that time. Like, how did I find all this time to read a big ass book with
Like,
a 2-year-old?
you're probably scared and going like
I'm in high school, I'm
flipping
like
through
in
the
junior
pages.
year.
That's
And
I haven't read it. I mean, I don't know. I have a hard
dude,
time reading anything, but
so after that, I started to have nightmares. And I'm talking about reoccurring nightmares, okay? Like
with
where
Pennywise.
with Pennywise. This
Oh my God.
motherfucker in my dreams, bro, the shit. And I was like, I should probably write like scary stories because I mean, and I used to read a lot of Stephen King, so it's probably why I had like insomnia, and I had to go to the doctors for that and like the nightmare things or whatever. Anyway,
I don't know why Pennywise keeps coming to try to kill me, and I don't know why, but it always happens when I go to sleep.
so he lived in this house. So this is in my dream, okay? He lived in this particular house. And so the first time he got me to go inside, and then you go to an elevator, push the button, and it's a sideways elevator. You don't travel up, travel sideways. And then I ended up like in this doctor's, probably in Cepillin's fucking office. But it looked
The
like a
clown dentist
1940s,
office.
and it looked like a 1940s, but it looked like there was a massacre there or something. And so I was so like, ah, like, and I tried to run away. Anyway, so I managed to escape. So this is the
Were you
first
running in
nightmare.
slow mo, or do you trying to run
This
and just
was,
like it was?
yes, always in fucking slow-mo. So as I'm trying to run away, I managed to get out of the house and he catches me. Ugh. And then you know what he does? So he catches me and I'm on the pavement on the sidewalk, and he grabs me and he licks my neck. Like, and he had like a kind of like a snake-like tongue, but he was tasting me. And that is where I developed my fear of being eaten alive. Folks out there getting to know my phobias.
Eaten
So
alive
that's where
by
this,
a
so that's
clown
where the,
with a long tongue.
well, I have never
I
felt
mean,
the fear of you're about to be eaten. Like I have never felt like, when have you felt that?
let
Like
me let me
something was
just
going
think
to
about
eat
this
you.
right now. I mean, I was burned by the cow for the first time in my life. Let me think about being eaten by another human. Yeah, that's not a
Like,
good
have you
idea.
ever had that?
No,
I mean,
no, but I'm
Hannibal,
just thinking like I don't want
like
anybody like to know
with
that I'm
Chianti.
going to be somebody's meal. Yeah, no,
No,
no, no, no.
especially as savage as his ragged teeth are, like I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be just
Like chomping
tearing into
like a
like
shark.
probably, yeah.
That was my clown.
So that was the first dream I had. And then after that, I learned where he lived, right? Because I know the front of his house. And so what he would do is change it, the front of it. But then when I would
But
go
you would
in,
keep
I would see
walking
that
in.
same motherfucking elevator. And then another
Uh,
time he captured me, and but because he has mind control. I don't know if you guys, out there in the ether world, if you guys ever read that book, he also has mind control. And that's how I developed my second biggest fear. So my next phobia is I'm afraid of mind control. Like I am deadly afraid of somebody hijacking, because this is what he did in my dream. Salud, by the way. He captured me, and then my best friend was there, and we were having like, I don't know, like a fast food, like we were at Burger King or some shit. And he was sitting in front of me,
you were having
and
Burger
my
King in
best
front of
bro, it's a fucking dream,
Pennywise in
okay?
his
Don't.
house. Like, does
No,
he
we
eat
went to
cheeseburger?
Burger
What, I mean, what
King.
was it?
We were at
All
Burger King,
right.
okay, in the public. And my best friend sitting right next to him. and I have to pretend that everything is just fine. And so I'm like,
We're all friends.
I'm eating
We're
this
all
burger.
friends here.
And then he's telling, because he has mind control, he told me, if you don't do exactly what I tell you, I'm gonna fucking kill your friend right here, right now. I'm a fucking eater. And I was just like, ah. And how do you run away from someone who has awful control? You cannot make an escape plan because he can read your fucking mind. So how, like, then I developed that, folks. My second phobia is mind control.
Mind control.
So I discovered a lot of things about myself reading the book. Oh, I
I'm
would
gonna have a
never,
coin. I'm gonna walk around with a
ever,
coin, go, "Hey,
I
Lala."
would, I would
You probably
never,
go
ever get
punch me.
hypnotized. Never, never, because of this. And my uncle, when I was a kid, he used to hypnotize. He's a hypnotherapist slash dentist.
Are you
And
kidding? Are you
I'm
kidding?
not kidding you. No, and he would hypnotize my older sister. But I would just be like, fuck no, because I had already seen the movie It. And I was like, I don't think
That's
so.
mind control.
I was
You're
like,
just
hell
practicing to
no.
be Pennywise. That shit's mind control. I don't think I've ever been
But yeah.
hypnotized, but I don't know about a clown
But
hypnotize, like
he
the
would
power of
he would like
hypnotism.
regress her to when she was like a toddler, and she would like cry like a toddler. And I was like 5 years old, so I'm seeing this and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, this is weird. I don't
That
know.
is weird.
Early 80s in
A mind
Mexico.
control clown. Excuse me.
Yeah, and he tried to
Mind controlling
hypnotize me
clown.
once, but I couldn't focus long enough because I start to think about like I have a hard time doing meditation. Like I've gotten slowly better at it. I think I could maybe do like 5 minutes. But my mind starts to think about like, okay, focus, focus. And I start thinking, damn, I'm focusing on like some food. And then I was like, oh man, I remember when I had this food this time. And then I said, oh my God, I love that place. That place had a slide. And so like then I'm just all over the place. So like, so
All of a
I
sudden,
he
it's
tried
just a lot of energy.
hypnotizing
Just runs
me,
like, I can't
and
stop this.
well, I couldn't hypnotize it because I can't focus long enough to, like, my mind cannot, I don't know. It just keeps going.
I get you. My mind is all over the place.
So
I think anybody knows me knows that. I can't stay
so
on
that
one
was
subject
like
too
a
long.
another yeah, hence our fucking 3 hour long.
That's why I can't get hypnotized. I was like,
I said we're
what did
all
you
over the
say? What were
place.
we talking about? What were we talking
Actually,
about
folks,
clowns?
this is why we decided to do this podcast, because of how we just rant on all these, but like, we go on these crazy rants, but they're fucking hilarious.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
don't know. And
I
they're
must admit
entertaining
one
to
thing though.
me. And I'm like, well, if
You
they're
know,
entertaining to me, they must be entertaining to other people. I'm like, let's do this. But
I
we're just
mean, I
probably
was
like causing chaos and like ADD things for people. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers can't focus on shit.
well, I'm drinking. I think every time I think it's a good thing that I drink every time we do this because it makes me a little bit more relaxed and I'm
Oh
thinking of
yeah,
like,
I would not
what
be
if a
able to
clown
do
was to drink?
this.
What would he be drinking? Be a wino, right? He wouldn't like think he'd be hitting a hard liquor. No, he'd be a wino, like a wino. Like if you think of a wino, when somebody
Yeah.
says wino, is more like a mime clown is a wino. I don't know. It's a little bit
Well,
more
mine,
clowny.
they're from France, so of course they're gonna be having
They're
wine.
gonna be drinking red wine.
They're the
Yeah,
sophisticated
that
clowns.
strain of
Remember.
clown drinks red wine.
So, do you not have this fear of clown, or what is it that made you cross the street from the clown? Like, did you have a small
Well,
fear? Do you have
I'm
a
like,
fear or just
I don't
apprehension?
know. A little like somebody's crazy enough to be in a clown suit, I give them props. Like that takes a lot of guts if you got to work as a clown. But like if you're gonna do something bad to somebody, and then you think I'm gonna do something bad to somebody, and I'm gonna wear a clown suit to fuck with them even more, now that's got to be a little scary. So if I
That's
think
some
about like,
psychological shit.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is
well,
like
because
psychological
it's like,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the same thing a clown. Like when you look at a clown, like when you said when you're a little girl, it's like I don't, what is this guy? These are adults. Why are they dressed like this? They're not supposed to be doing that. Like something's wrong.
Well, and
Something's
then
not right.
acting silly. To me,
Like
there was something like they look insane, like they escaped from an insane house. What do they call it? Like a madhouse. And I'm
like an
like, and they
insane
let them roam
asylum.
free. Yes, and in my mind, as like a 5-year-old, how I processed it is like they escaped from an insane asylum, and I'm like, why are they allowed to be out, and especially with children? And I don't know. And I was a kid, and I just didn't feel safe as a kid, like that this adult was adulting, like it was doing the furthest thing from adulting.
Like that's not right. That's not right. This seems it seemed like beyond. I was never taught you could do this. It was like I can't do that. Why is that guy doing it? And he's an adult
Yeah, yeah,
and he's wearing
exactly.
makeup
I can't
and
act the
all
fool.
weird.
Why can't he?
Exactly. I think it's a
Like,
psychological thing. I mean, that's probably why across this, like, like uh, I'm not scared to get in a fight or like I wouldn't, like, I'm not worried about getting in a tussle. I've been beat up before. I've gotten my beatings.
tussle.
I've been jumped. A tussle, could you
Tussle?
imagine getting in a tussle with a
Dude, what
clown?
what like I don't think I've heard that word since like the 1950s. A
I got in a
tussle.
tussle with a clown and I didn't lose. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to get in a tussle with the clown. Think about that. Like, could you imagine? So I'm
No,
walking on the
but
same side of the street, and then the clown like engages me, like "fuck you," like says something stupid to me,
oh,
and I'm like, do I
oh
choose
hell
to
no.
ignore it or do I like throw my? I can't tell you.
I would
Walking
just
in New
flip the
York,
bird and be like, fuck off, motherfucker.
no, I don't
And then
react
keep
like that. I
walking.
put my hands up. I literally put my hands up, and that's what I would do. And I've had that experience here a couple of times where like I think somebody's gonna jump me and they come at me, and then I'm like, what's up? Like literally, that happened to me when I was in Brooklyn. I went to a computer store, and was walking back with bags of shit. And then I probably shouldn't be walking down this one like dark street, but I was like, I gotta get to the subway. And I didn't know the area. And like there are two guys walking, and one guy like he kind of like lunges at me, and I'm like, what's up? Like I went and I think he was shocked
With
that I
bags in
like
your hand.
reacted. What bags in my hand? What bags in my hand? Yeah. But like, that's just my reaction. And I think he didn't expect that reaction. That's really fucking and I don't think
Now,
that
would your
two
reaction have been
guys, one
different?
guy, like if it
Would it
was a
have been different if it was the same fucking scenario, but the two dudes were dressed as clowns, and then this
oh
happened, this
fuck,
exact same
dude.
scenario
I
happened?
would swing.
Go,
I would
go.
swing. I would swing. I would hit that first
Like,
clown as hard as I
but
could before I
like
took off.
flat.
Like I wouldn't want to mess with that. I like would not want to mess with like my reaction would be like fucking just get the hell out of there. Like I don't want to mess with two clowns, let alone one clown, but two clowns. No way.
So then
Like,
why do you think that you would react so differently than if you first initially said that you aren't afraid of clowns?
well, I'm not afraid of clowns, but in that scenario, like if I saw like I took my son, I have a son, and when he was young in Tijuana, we go to these like shopping centers and they have like these shows, like circus shows and things, and there was always a
Mm-hmm.
clown. And he would just not like his reaction to the clown was like, get me the fuck out, let's get out. Like, no, no. And I'm like, it's
Like
just the
my
clown. He's not gonna
reaction.
do anything. Yeah, it's just the clown. He's not gonna do anything to you. And I'm carrying him close to the clown, and he just like he like scratched me or like digging his hands in. I'm like, no, no,
Oh my
no.
God, poor
And then I
kid.
realized I was like torturing my son because
Pobrecito.
he didn't
Yeah.
want this, he didn't want to be next to the clown. I'm like, okay, I get it. But I said it's okay. I'm here. We can get close to the clown because he was doing balloons. Um, my son would have none of that. He would have none of that. It's like,
Oh my God. I sympathize with
so
your
I'm
son.
like,
I would have,
to me in my head, I was like, what the fuck did your mom do to you? Like, how the fuck are you scared of
what does
clowns?
a
Like,
mom
what
have to do
is
with a clown?
ah, that's exactly, you know what? I should probably ask her, did Gregory have a bad experience with the clown with you? Because this is what I don't know. I just don't
Also,
know.
I think
I
it's the
think it's
same with
more.
the Santa Claus. Like I feel like children have the
Oh God.
same reaction. Like I'm glad I grew up in Mexico and I didn't have to sit in a Santa's lap,
Like, that's
because we
weird,
like
right? You're gonna sit on some stranger's lap. You're gonna put your kid on some stranger's lap. Like,
if anything, my my
if that Santa Claus, not
grandparents
that.
were
Oh
very
God.
like, you do not interact with strangers. If a stranger talks to you, stranger, well, Mexican stranger danger. But like you don't ever go with strangers. You not even less sit on the motherfucking lap. Like that goes against everything. I don't know. I've never experienced that. So, but I've seen a lot of kids like cry and yell sitting on Santa's lap. And actually,
It's
oh
just
my
like,
God, now that I think about it, I would take my son to take pictures with Santa at the mall when he
oh
was a
my
baby.
God.
But mind you,
Um,
I was a kid myself. I was like 15, 14, 13.
you got to let your
So,
kids make their own choice to sit on a Santa. And by the time they can make their own choice, they're probably not going to want to sit
it's
on a
got to be
Santa.
consensual.
It's got to be like, well, this is weird. It's just like, why are you sitting on that man's lap? I mean,
Yes, it
what the
is.
hell?
But I mean,
I mean, for
honestly,
those
like
of you
my
who think that
son,
it's like a rite of passage to get to sit on a Santa lap, I'm like, wow, I just don't know. I just
well,
don't know.
I didn't have to do it for very long because my son I was like a terrible person, like to hide it, but he figured that shit out real quick, like at age 5. He knew that it
Santa
was
ain't real,
mommy
motherfucker.
putting all those fucking presents underneath the fucking tree. I
I
was like,
mean, what?
damn you.
Yeah, it's like, once you realize that I remember I used to write to Santa Claus, and you didn't have to put a stamp on it, but
Wait,
you write
how
to Santa
how
Claus.
old?
I was little. I was writing to Santa Claus. How you like
How do you
four,
ride to
3?
Santa Claus as a
You write to Santa.
4 year old?
I mean, let's try it this year. At the end of the year, you're going to write to Santa Claus and see if you get a response. I
No,
don't
but
know
I'm
if they
saying,
do
like, how
now, but
long did you write to Santa
just
for?
for a
Like, to up
couple
to
of
what
years,
age? Up
probably
to
like
what age?
probably five at most,
Mm-hmm.
first grade,
Yeah.
whatever. I was over it by then. But Santa, you would get a response back in the mail, and I think it was just the post office sending like canned Santa messages. Like, yeah, I'm not even
Wait,
kidding.
what? Wait, you
And like,
actually sent this? Like in the
yeah, I
mail and
sent
somebody
it, and then
responded
it
to
came
you?
back, with the
Fuck
response.
off.
I'm
No
not even kidding. I
way.
wonder if they still do
Shut the
this. Like,
fuck up. Wait, when it
the
was the
post
service
office
by the
would,
mail service? By the post office?
yes, they would send you
US
a
Post
Santa
Office.
reply, and it's all can. And we
Oh
realized
my
it was fake because
God.
my
That's so
sister got the same
cute.
one. It's just like it's the same one. It's the same response, man. Santa's
It's
lazy.
because you're sisters, your brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
but
I didn't know that they did that.
I don't know
Okay.
if they still do that. Still do that. Still
Ha,
do
you said doo doo. Because my
that.
12-year-old brain still thinks doo doo.
So that might still be a thing. I
You
wonder.
said doo
Like, I
doo.
don't know. Find out. If you send Santa, if you send Santa a
Uh-oh.
letter, will you
Hello.
get a response? There's a Santa Claus in jar. Write letters to him and get a response back. Here's the steps for your child to get the letter back from Santa. Have your child write a letter to Santa and place it in an address to Santa Claus North Pole. That's on Auntie Google. So
Oh
yeah,
man, you were
yeah.
kind of choppy. It just said
Oh,
that my
sorry.
internet is unstable, so I
Oh,
guess
you want
it's
to wait?
kind of the same mentality, like it's unstable, just like my mental sanity.
Oh my stars. We gotta
Totally
work on it.
unstable.
Lala, you're
Well, okay,
unstable
it's
right now.
because
You're talking like a robot, but it's okay.
okay. So to everyone out there, I just moved to this place where I'm at right now, and there's no internet here. Actually, we don't even have a light in the bathroom. We have candles.
Candle,
So I have to use my phone's, what is it called? The
flashlight.
No, 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 for the internet.
Wow. Oh, the hotspot.
The hotspot. So everyone out there, I apologize. Right now, I'm working out of my phone's hotspot, and so if I get choppy, is because I haven't set up an internet thingamajig here yet because I
We'll
just
get
moved
there.
here, and so
We'll get there.
yeah.
We'll
So
get
I
there. That's okay.
apologize if we're choppy. Just think
If
of
she
it
sounds
as
digital,
me acting like a robot, like just be like
eh,
robot,
eh, eh,
robot,
eh. That's
doing
amazing.
robot moves.
Doing robot moves. If she breaks up, that's all right. She robot Lala. Who are you talking to, robot
She's
Lala?
roboting right now.
She's clown
She's going through
roboting
her
Lala.
robot. She's going through her robot phase.
But all is well. Yeah, where were we? Where were we? Internet. Yeah, clowns. I think, you know, I gotta admit that when I was a senior in high school, for the yearbook, I was the class clown. Now, I don't think of myself as being funny, and I don't know who put me up for this or how I won it, but I have a picture with the other class clowns, and afterwards I thought like, who the fuck put me up for this shit? Like, am I really that funny? What do I say? Like I never did was like how did I stick like how would anybody like what the hell?
Well,
Like how did I become a
I'm
class clown? Like I didn't even know.
I'm trying to imagine you in high school, but I can't because like the stories you tell me of you in high school are so totally different than how you are now. And so I'm just like, what? Like, who is this person?
I mean,
Like, you had a
I
party
was
crew? What
promoting when I
the
was
fuck?
yeah. I was I'm gonna show I'm gonna find me a picture of myself in high
Oh my
school.
God. Oh
I know
God.
there's one that somebody sent me a while ago, and then I'm gonna send it to you so you understand. I think I had my hair is up to my face, like right here, and I'm probably like 160 pounds, and I'm promoting. I'm promoting, but I do have some pictures in high because I promoted it. I came out in a magazine one time too, just chilling.
So, do you think that you deserve the title of class clown? Like, okay, what are
I
the
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what
requisites?
I exactly what are the prerequisites for being a class clown in high school these days? I was one. I don't even know because I didn't like I don't know who put me up for that, but I won. And then I would think like, who are the
So,
other
do
class
people
clowns
vote
from the
for
other?
this? Or
Yeah,
how do you
you would
become
put
it?
up. Yeah,
Like the whole high school votes for it?
yeah. Your whole grade votes for it. Like, and we had year-round school, so it was A track, B track, C
What
track,
track were
D
you on?
track. I was on A track,
Oh,
but
I love it. I was on A
C
track
tracks.
too.
So we were all on A
And
track.
my
So
best friend
for
was
those of
on
you who
C
don't
track and I
understand,
fucking hated it.
for those of you who don't know about public school systems, it's overcrowded. So they go to school year round, and so they have different sessions: A, B, C, and D. If you're that, so it's year round school. And so every track for that year had a class clown. And then I took a picture with all the
Oh,
class clowns, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. Here we go. That's funny.
interesting.
I want to
Okay.
look this. I was like,
I only went to high school, well, obviously my freshman year for like a semester, and then I got pregnant. And then I went to continuation school and then returned for my senior year. So then obviously nobody can vote me for anything because nobody knew me. So
oh,
I
I'll
don't
vote for
know.
you. You
Well,
can
I
be a
don't
class.
even,
You can be the clown, the
I mean, I don't
what
even know what
happened
the fuck
clown.
I would be voted for because I don't know. Back then, actually, I was more serious and more because I had a baby, so I had to be like focused. I had to do homework. I had to pick him up from daycare. I had to do this, put him to bed. I had like a tight fucking schedule. I have time to do homework, and then I gotta go to sleep because I gotta do this shit all over again at 6 in the morning because I gotta drop him off at daycare and then go to high school. It's just like I was kind of very like during the week I was very super like I was way more disciplined then than I am now. Like way more at the age of 15.
as you should be. Very disciplined. Oh my stars. Well, I'll find that
Yeah, like
shot
my
once I get on
friends,
here.
my when we graduated, they were like, "How the fuck?" Because you know, like when you graduate with honors, you get the little rope, chingadera, the little golden
The
rope.
tassel.
Yeah, it's a rope that you put around. I don't know. Anyway, my friends were like, "How the fuck you got a rope?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Cause." But on the weekends, I used to fucking party. I mean, party, because I would drop him off at his grandmother's house, and I'd be like, I would even drop him off with like consent for him to take him to the hospital without contacting me, because back then we didn't have cell phones, you know? I had a pager, but then I would have to find a phone. So, my friends knew me as this party person on the weekends, but during the week, I was like on point. I did all my homework. So I graduated with honors. So when I'm graduating,
My
my friends are
stars.
like, what the fuck? How are you graduating with honors? And I was like, bitch, because I know how to do.
Because
I'm
I know
like,
how
I
to
party, but
study
I
and
do
drink at the
I
same
do my
time.
homework. It's called discipline. It was just
One
really
day.
funny.
I mean, I didn't think I was going to graduate high school. I mean, I was a class clown for crying out loud, but I think in high school I had a my senior year was a rough time. A lot of things were going on. I don't know.
Mm,
I was promoting
okay.
parties and doing stuff, and
Maybe
school
that's why you
wasn't
were
really my
the class clown because you were just like so out there and partying, and so they probably thought that that was
people
like
are
the
like,
party
well,
life. If they
this guy's,
associate that with being a clown, you know what I mean? You're
yeah,
entertaining.
they. Some people call me a schizo, but that's okay. Some people just like, don't talk to that guy. You know that guy? I mean, I talk to
No,
everybody,
mama.
so it's just like,
I don't know if
yeah,
I'd be
no, I'm
want to
not even
call it
kidding.
schizo, but
I wouldn't want to be called schizo, but it just depends. Depends on the day you found me. So you've never performed
so
with a clown?
no.
It's probably a good thing. I've never
I mean, I
performed
don't
with a
even
clown.
know how I would perform with a clown.
I don't know. Maybe the clown was like the opening act, and then you guys come on after, and the clown's just hanging out, juggling.
No, so we're the opening act usually for whatever band is playing, And
Gotcha.
yeah. So no, we're
Yeah.
usually either the backup dancers or the opening act. Unless we're doing like restaurants, then we are the show. Or like, private parties like weddings, birthdays,
You
quinceañeras,
know, we do
etc.
it all. You can book us, follow us here at, so we
Dancing
can book
Lala.
you Dancing Lala. You can book Dancing Lala and her company, a full
I know,
anytime.
right?
Reach us.
Well, I've
We'll
been
work
to
it out.
dance companies is so one is a folklorico, Mexican folklorico. So that's one dance company. And the other one is a Brazilian samba uh, dance company. So
Well, there you go,
which
folks.
whew, there
We
you go.
can
But no
we can have
clowns.
a
Not no clowns yet.
no clowns, no clowns. Well, we're gonna have to
I
change
hope
that at
not.
some point.
I hope not.
Uh, I mean, it'll
So
probably be me that's gonna
this
call you and say, "I have a clown party, and we want a
ah,
folklorical show to go on in the middle," and then your whole audience is clowns. Could you imagine having a clown party, like putting a party together for just clowns in the audience, and then the show is the folklorical,
ugh,
and
I
then so you
I
have the video
literally
cameras.
just got
Just got
like
goosebumps.
uh dude, I don't know if you can see it, but like that is
Oh my!
full on goosebumps.
I mean, we can make that happen. I mean,
Please don't.
I have heard people. There are people who are clowns, and
And it's not to knock down people
that's
who
a
are
job.
clowns
It's not.
in
It's a
their
job.
profession.
People,
It's just
you know,
me personally, and I feel that I've stated throughout this whole whatever how long we've been talking for, my reasoning for my fear of clowns. So not to knock down people whose profession is to be a clown, like nothing to that. It's just my personal fear.
I
It's
mean,
just
if you're a
it's
clown,
real.
reach out to us. I want to know like how you feel,
Oh
like,
my
I mean,
God. Yes.
what are the things people
Yes.
ask you? Like, what do you do?
What?
If you're out on a date, like if you meet somebody out like in real life and you're like, oh, so what's going on? Well, what do you do? Hi,
Dude,
clown.
dude, I totally want to know if you're a clown, please email us and tell us like how did you get into it? Like, did you go to clown school? How were you inspired to become one? Like, did you I just want to know the ins and outs. Like
I mean, it
how did
takes
this come about? Because it's definitely not an easy it's
it's not an
not
easy
an
thing to
easy
do. I mean,
job.
you got to have a
It's
lot
not
of,
an
I mean, maybe that's the whole
strength,
thing. Maybe
inner
the thing is when you're a
strength
clown,
to
nobody sees you because all of a sudden you're a clown. You're like somebody else. It's just like, you know, I'm
oh
Richmo in LA, but when
shit.
I'm Richmo in New York, nobody knows me. It's like, I can be anybody I want. But maybe that's what it is. They're
Oh
hiding behind a
fuck.
face so that
Yes.
they can be the
Mm-hmm.
alter ego. Who's the alter
Mm.
ego Lala? Is she a clown?
So
Who's the alter
what I
ego
was
Richmo?
look when you just said that right now, when I perform, I am a totally different person on stage because okay, like my normal me is what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, you're the
This like
perpetual robot Lala dancer with
very
the
very
smile.
street person, not like just like whatever's just like a street regular Mexican person. But on stage, I'm like, well, it depends. Like if I'm in samba, I'm like, oh, in character, you have to be sensual. You have to be like, ooh. So I put on this character of like Samba Lala. What is
Samba
Samba
Lala.
Lala? Oh, well, she's fucking diva. This bitch is hot. She's like, yes, da, da, da. She commands the fucking stage.
Something's going on. Wait. I can hear you through the. Hello?
Fuck off. It's a
Oh, that's better.
fucking ghost.
Something just happened. That was the weirdest thing. While you were doing Samba
Wait.
Lala, I didn't hear any. I was starting to hear the Samba Lala, and then all of a sudden it was like, bzzz.
Or
I
the
don't know.
ghost is like, fuck Samba Lala.
Fuck, Samba. I want to hear about folklorical Lala.
Oh.
So
Oh,
sorry
so
about that.
folklorico Lala is totally different. There, I'm like a perfectionist. Where samba Lala is more like the party because like Brazilian samba is more like expressing your femininity, femininity.
Femininity. Femininity.
It's an
Femininity.
anemone.
It's the femininity of Lala, of the Samba.
You know what
So
I
what
mean.
you're saying is that Samba is a
I'm
sexual
ESL
kind
over
of
here. Help me
dance?
out. So samba is more like fierce, women power. You know, you're just like
Yep.
fire. You know, whereas folklorico is very disciplined because you're dancing in a choreography and everybody. So your steps like have to go with the music, and if you're off beat, it's amplified and you can hear it. So everybody has to do the exact same step at the same time. So we're kind of like tap dancers. So for people who don't know what folklorico is, it's kind of like a tap dance shoe, but instead of the bottom, we have like little nails. So like little nails. But it's so we're the percussion to the music. So we're
Hmm.
like taka, 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 taka,
I've never thought of
and
it
the
that way, but you're right.
music is playing, but we are the percussion. So we make the percussion to the music with our feet. And then we have these big dresses that so you have to coordinate hands and feet and choreography and space and like you where are you in the stage and and so it's a lot of so for me folklorico is like the disciplined art, and then when I dance samba it's the more like coquetea. How do you say coquetea?
Uh,
Like
Coquette. You that's
coquetear,
the
puedo coquetear.
yeah. In
I can be
English, I
more like
think
flirty, flirty.
the
I think it's
the
flirty.
flirty woman
It's
ain't
the
gonna give it up.
flirty,
That's what that is. I
and
think that's
because
the definition.
even even though we do choreography, but you can put your into it, like yourself. You can, and then you also do solos. So in your solos, you can just put your whole fiery self out. So that's why I like doing both, because one is like just totally independent. You can just do balls out, whatever you want to do. And the other one's like totally like orchestrated, but it's fucking beautiful in a unit as a with like 10 people, and you're all doing the same shit at the fucking same time, making the same sound. Everybody is doing the same sound to a mariachi. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just really beautiful. So like that's why I
Well,
like doing
do you
both of
have
them,
a
because they are like the total opposites.
do you have are we going to get to see a full show one day? One day? Oh wow.
A
One
full
day I
show?
promise one day I'm going to find Lala. I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to go to a show, I'm going to film it and then I'm going to show it to everybody. Probably the same passion that you have for your dancing. The people who are clowns have that same passion.
I was
They got
just
to get in
literally
there
gonna
and
say
do
that.
that.
I was just like, oh my God, I bet you people who are clowns probably have the same feeling I have for dancing that they do for being clowns. So I'm very interested. Like, actually, I really, you guys, anybody who's a clown or jesters, are there still jesters out in the world? Or was that only
I
like
don't
in
even know if
the,
that's a thing because in gestures you would think of monarchy and have gestures
yeah,
to
exactly.
fuck with people
Yeah.
in the court,
So
right?
if there are jesters, like if there is a niche of jesters that we don't know about,
I'm
like
curious.
my major question, like what inspires you to be like, yes, honey, I'm doing this. I'm a clown.
Yeah, what
Like,
is it that,
and
that
then
really
commit
drives
to
you?
it. Yeah, because a lot of people actually ask me that about dancing, and they're like, well, it's not a lot of money in it, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, but it's,
There's a passion, there's a
do
love
I want
for
to
the
live
dancing.
passionless, or do I want to live
Yeah.
my dream of being a dancer? Like,
I mean
obviously, it's the
that is a
latter.
thing, you know. You do what you love and you love what you do and then life is good and you just
But,
do it, you know.
it's just because the American thinking, I think, is money. So even if it's your passion, you leave your passion for money, because people get in debt with their house, paying a house mortgage, and then they get married. Now they have kids, and so they have to leave their passion behind. And so now they have to move into this passionless work that pays all the bills, because you can't be an independent contractor like I am as a dancer and like support a household. It's impossible. Like,
So you're
hence
saying you
why
have
I'm
to
in
live for
this,
you.
the hence why I'm in this little tiny room with no internet and no light in my bathroom. It's just because, like, well, that's just what it is. But luckily, I did that whole baby thing like when I was like 13. So I got that shit over
You're
with.
done with
And
babies. Yeah.
now, yeah. And so now I'm like, well, it's just me. Like, and I can live in a little box. It's fine. I'm pretty
Yeah, you live
simple.
as
Like,
a minimalist
and
at the moment.
yeah, and like I live in Costa Rica for many years, literally in a sleeping bag. So for years, I didn't even have a bed. I just slept in a sleeping bag. And over there, we have like
Snakes,
scorpions and
scorpions.
no,
I'm
mostly
like snakes,
scorpions. Yeah,
scorpions, mostly
I
scorpions.
would find
I'll fuck with you.
scorpions underneath my pillow because they want to be warm. So before you go to bed, you always have to shake all your bed
Oh, that would
linens,
scare the
because
fuck out of me.
you always
Scorpions in
find
my. I woke
scorpions.
up and there was a scorpion just chilling, but you know, it was okay. It wasn't
Yeah,
fucking with me.
I've several times I found scorpions
Have you
sleeping
ever been
underneath my
bitten by a
pillow.
scorpion?
Mm-mm.
Have you
Because you
known
shake
anybody
your
get bitten?
fucking linen.
I would be too
No.
lazy. I'd be like, I'm too tired. I'm just and get
Until
fucked
you
over by
get
a
bit,
scorpion.
until you get stung, and then you will not be too lazy. And the same with your shoes. You never put on your shoes without shaking them. You have to shake your shoes, because sometimes, and like tarantulas actually like to crawl inside your shoes because it's like
Ladies and
cozy and
gentlemen,
warm.
Lala's very comfortable with tarantulas and scorpions, but not clowns. Just be aware of that.
Well,
Shake your shoes. Shake your pillow. Scorpions that slept under my pillow too. I'm not worried about that. But clowns, I don't know. I'm not okay with clowns. Scorpions, tarantulas, I'm all right with that. Living in the jungle, I'm all right with that. Clowns, I'm not all right with that. Just be aware. Okay, moving on. I just wanted to point that out. That's bananas. I would fucking freak out if they like, oh well, yeah, when you wake up, just be careful with your pillow because there's scorpions might be like sleeping under your pillow. Like that's fucked up shit.
Well, I guess because it's so, I lived there for like a few years, like five
I
or
guess you get
four or
used to it.
something.
It's like,
Yeah, so it's
it's
just
just a
part of your
scorpion,
routine.
whatever.
When you go to bed, you
Just
literally
don't let them bite
just,
your face. You'll be
just
fine.
shake your sheets, make sure there's nothing underneath the pillow.
Did you have an anti-venom like close by just in case? Was that like something that you guys always had or
No, I
no?
lived in rural Costa Rica in Guanacaste, like literally in a little tiny fucking town. We had dirt roads. There was monkeys, like iguanas.
Like the Cirque du Soleil folk, are they clowns? They're professionals. They're
Oh,
acrobats. They're
I don't
clowns.
know. They're acrobats.
They're
But they
acrobats.
also have clowns at the Cirque du Soleil, but they're also acrobatic. So then
They cross the line. They're both.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions. So
We have a lot of
we
questions.
would
So
love we would love to have somebody in the industry. So
clown
please
with
reach
us.
out to us. And we would love to chat with you and just ask all these questions because we don't know. Mainly for me, it's because I'm afraid.
What clowns will come?
Right.
Well, then, this is Richmo.
And I'm Lala again. Once again, you're listening to What Happened.
So come listen, email us,
Please share with
drop
us.
us a line,
We would love it.
and we'll get on it. We'll read your story. We'll talk about it. What happened to you? So until next time.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Follow us
On the website at whathappened.com and visit our for more about us and our bios and for more information on our upcoming shows. And we're going to try to
Yes,
put these
and
out.
please do come back. We really want you to come back because without you, we are just not a podcast.
All right, folks. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. And,
Yep.
we'll see you
And
again.
come back to what happened.
Bye bye.
Bye.